Radio check, radio check. Can you guys hear me? I think you probably can, but I'll wait for some of you to confirm that in the chat. Okay, thank you. Welcome everyone. This is the Watchalong of the Japanese Grand Prix. This is the third race of the season, and yeah, this is promising to be a fun one. So very much looking forward to it. Thank you everyone for tuning in the channel and the live stream. There's already 760 people here, 141 likes. So thank you so much for that. If you could hit the like button, the ones who didn't already, that really helps us out. So yeah, and it helps us push us to the YouTube algorithm. So okay, let's start. There are some things that we wanted to cover, that I wanted to cover with you. Some new things on the stream, talk about some data, and then later we will have two commentators. I won't be commentating the race, but yeah, I'm here just a couple minutes before just to talk a bit about the race itself and the whole race weekend and what we could expect, what happened, and yeah, just see what are your thoughts and your predictions basically for the race. Okay, so let's go first. Yeah, with I think there has been a lot happening in free practice. All the free practices. We had a lot of fires on track. That the grass was catching fire because it was too dry, which doesn't seem to be the problem today because the weather is more going into rain, maybe not as much as we expected. Okay, we see the regulars here in chat. Hey, Andrew, L, Che. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Yeah, so as I was saying, yeah, there was a lot happening in free practices, and maybe in this one, the teams and the drivers didn't had as much time as they would want to set up their cars and to test some long runs. So also there were some accidents. For example, in FP2 we have the Duhan going into the wall in turn 1, which was kind of a strange thing to happen, but from what I could see, that it seems at first we thought that there was issue with his DRS and that didn't close. So yeah, that's why he lost the car and it goes straight to the wall with in very high speed. But it seems like later on the data says that he actually didn't turn off the DRS intentionally. And the reason for that might be that he tried to go with DRS into the turn 1 in a simulator and that worked, but it didn't really work in real life. So yeah, maybe there's something to think about all the drivers and how they take ideas and examples on what to do in real life from a simulator. That's not always gonna turn out as expected. So that was a big crash. He went fully straight into the wall. So yeah, the car was pretty much destroyed and it's gonna be a lot of damage for the team. So not very good news for Alpine today. And they also lost valuable time to collect some data because they had a rookie in FP1 and then Duhan went out pretty soon in the start of FP2. So it's gonna be a tough race for Alpine. Then there are some other things I wanted to talk about. We have been doing for the past couple days some data analysis of everything that we get from FP1 and for quali, and there have been some interesting points to bring up. That, for example, one of the charts that we do is in each session we do ideal versus best lap of the drivers. So just to give you an idea what would be ideal and best lap is that the best lap is already known. Like that is the lap that the drivers do to, for example, in qualifying to get their position in quali. But the ideal lap would be just taking any other lap in the session, comparing the sectors and see from different laps which sector was fastest for the driver. So technically the driver could have done this ideal lap if they put together the lap in the end. And here the data shows something a bit different because we had this surprising Verstappen pole, but seems both McLarens had the pace to go to be faster than him, especially Piastri. Piastri could have taken pole if he just put the best lap into his last try, which didn't happen. And also Norris would have been slightly ahead of Verstappen, but he also couldn't put together the lap. So this was a pole lost by McLaren. Verstappen was consistent, and that paid out for him. He's starting on P1 today. So let's go quickly through the grid and see, because there have been some grid penalties and some changes. So we have the surprising pole for Max Verstappen. Then we have both McLaren's Lando and Oscar on P2 and P3. Charles Leclerc starting on P4. Then we have the Mercedes drivers, Russell and Antonelli. Isaac Hadjar, surprisingly, is starting on P7. I mean, I don't even know if that's a surprise because he has been quite consistent into quali, even though he had some issues in the beginning of the season. So that's really good. And yeah, we'll see if he maybe turns into potential candidate for that cursed Red Bull second seat. Then we have Lewis Hamilton, who actually had a lot of pace, and his ideal lap was a lot better than what he did in qualifying, but he couldn't put together the lap. So yeah, he's starting on P8, even though he could be a lot further in front of the row. Then we have Alex Albon and Oli Berman in P9 and P10. And yeah, P11 would be Pierre Gasly with the Alpine, and then Carlos Sainz's result was P12, but he got a three-place grid penalty for impeding, so he's gonna start from P15. That promotes Fernando Alonso to P13. Liam Lawson, surprisingly, in the Racing Bull, has outperformed Yuki Tsunoda in Red Bull, so he will start P14. Tsunoda is actually Liam Lawson is P13, Tsunoda is P14. Yeah, then Sainz, as we said, P15, Nico Hulkenberg, Bortoleto, Esteban Ocon, Jack Doohan will be P19, and Lance Stroll on the back of the grid on P20. So Yuki Tsunoda had a great free practice. He was very close to Max Verstappen on every practice. I think his ideal lap in FP1 was even better than Verstappen, but he had some issues in Q2, and it seems like even if he did his best lap in Q2, it would still not be enough to get into Q3. So I think we all expected a bit more, and maybe to see him in Q3. Instead, we see Hajar. But still, yeah, that Red Bull has been a bit cursed and has been troubles for every driver that's been in the car. So we will see in the race how it will go, and will Yuki be able at least to be in the points, even though I think he kind of hoped for a lot better starting position and maybe fight for podium. So let us know in chat. And what do you think? Where do you think Yuki Tsunoda will finish? So actually, let's put up a poll. Let's see where will finish the race. So we will add first to fifth position, then maybe sixth to 10th, 16, 20th. Yeah, let's see where Tsunoda and what are your predictions of how will Tsunoda do. Okay, put the poll in chat. You should be able to see it. And I see that there's already 1,000 people watching. Thank you everyone for tuning in. 197 likes. If you haven't hit the like button, do so. It really, really greatly helps the channel and promote our stream to bring more people here. Okay, so there's some other things I wanted to touch. And well, first we're going to be doing some changes on the stream layout. You see, like now we have the white line on the bottom that will stay there. And yeah, we will have the race control messages on the left. So yeah, then on the top there will be another white line to separate kind of the title from the content. So I hope you like that new layout. If not, please let me know and how can we improve it. And yeah, on the left side we are showing right now some of the analysis that we did. Like you can see the ideal versus the best lap in quali for every driver. So as we mentioned, yeah, the McLarens had the speed to go into P1 and P2, but they made mistakes, so Verstappen goes in P1. Then Leclerc and Russell have quite some margin to improve, as well as Hamilton, who has the biggest margin, and his ideal lap was a lot better than what he did. So we might be seeing Hamilton going up the grid if he has the race pace. Regarding the weather, I saw some of you in chat have been talking about, yeah, it has been raining in the morning, but the track is drying out. So as predicted, the predictions yesterday and the whole race weekend have been that there's going to be rain for the race, but it seems like that percentage is a bit lower today. So I think we're about 40% rain as the rain starts, and then it's going to drop to 20%. So yeah, the track might not be as hot, so it's going to be cooler, but we're still not sure if we're going to see some rain in the beginning. In any case, yeah, that would make the race a lot more interesting, so we will see. And the other thing we added on stream is that kind of like a comedy starting grid. We have been doing this for a couple of years on Facebook, and they have been becoming really popular. I think this one has above 3,000 reactions on Facebook and like 200 shares. So I thought maybe we should start sharing these grids in the stream. I don't know if you like them, if you have any comments on them. It's intended to be funny, so no pun intended. And yeah, I know that some of your drivers we might be making fun of them, but yeah, it's just for the purpose of having fun. So hoping that that's fine, and yeah, you don't mind that, and just can see the fun side of it. Also about the commentary couple, yeah, just to let you know, today we'll have, well, for the first, I think they are gonna be commentating together for the first time. We'll have Scotch and Evan doing the commentary for the race. So yeah, that should be fun, and I think they will be joining in about 5 to 10 minutes. So yeah, I'll be making company until they come here. See now. Okay. So do you have any questions, guys? I see the TTB says 10 out of 10 for graphics. I don't know if you're speaking about the stream, but yeah, if that's the case, thank you. Sorry about my voice. I know I'm a bit sleepy. It's 6:34 a.m. here, and yeah, I went to bed quite late because I was preparing the stream. So there's that. Scroll a bit through the chat to see what's going on. Oh, okay. I forgot to add the countdown. So we are like 25 minutes until formation lap, but let me let me pull up the countdown for you if I can. Yeah, that's the one thing that I always forget when I try to join the stream and just chat a little bit with you guys. Let's let's actually see who do you think is well first to end this poll. It seems that you think that Tsunoda, most of you think that Tsunoda is gonna finish from 6th to 10th. It's kind of realistic, I think. He should make some progress through the grid. So 61% of you think that he will finish 6th to 10th. Uh, then we have 17%, 11 to 15th. 16% are quite optimistic and think that Tsunoda will be first to fifth, and only 4% think that he will be in the last four drivers. Yeah, we will see how this goes. Okay, what else should we? Well, Dark Mao is saying that Yuki adjust to the new car. Yeah, I mean he needs some time. Same, we can say the same for Liam, but yeah, he has had a couple of races. He had a sprint race, and he couldn't do basically what Yuki already did to yesterday. So yeah, we will see. And we know in general from the past couple of races that Racing Bulls have some pace in qualifying, but they are struggling more in the race than they are in the quali. So it was, I would say, kind of expected them to be close. Well, maybe not for Hajar to be P7, but we will see what the race will show because this is where Yuki should shine and move up the grid. See a lot of people tuning in, so let us know, guys, where are you joining us from, and what time is it in your time zone. So that's always fun to see us. There are people from all around the world usually in the stream. See us still in bed. Can't judge that. It's quite early in Europe and the European time zone. We see here India 10 a.m. That's quite a nice time to see the race. Drogo says no fires today, been wet. Yeah, I don't think that we will see any fires today. So that's good. At least we won't have some red flags related to that. Paula says yes. Well, I guess Paula, that's from Shire. Always fun to see that in chat. We have 10:30 p.m. in Canada, 11:38 a.m. in Thailand, Indonesia, same. Says I think there will be at least 2 red flags because grass catches on fire too often from the spark. Well, that might not be the case today, as we mentioned, because it has been raining. So yeah, that shouldn't be a problem, but it might happen. Yeah, Paula Hobbiton, the Shire, England. Then 12:38 p.m. Western Australia. We have 6:39 a.m. in Austria, same as me. And Caribbean, or say 9:38 p.m. So we're all around the world. Some people from Australia, though. I think that's. I mean, we haven't had many people in past seasons from Australia, but yeah, I think it also comes to say with the popularity of McLaren, and Oscar Piastri is quite the contender even for the title this year, so it's expected at some point. Yeah, it starts in 20 minutes. Sorry, I said I would put the counter up and I still haven't done it. So let me just take care of that. I will lower descriptions to make some room to see the countdown. It's 19 minutes. To take my coffee. So I'm a bit sleepy today still, even though I got up like an hour earlier. I'm gonna be taking my coffee as soon as Scotch and Evan join the stream and take over. Let's hear some of your predictions for today's race. So I think I might do some predictions, but this is just really like from the top of my mind. Please don't consider it some professional opinion. It's just like I think mostly what I would like to see. So I think today, yeah, we're gonna see some battle with the McLarens, and one of them is gonna drop quite some positions. So that might be a podium for Charles. Then Sainz, I think we would see Sainz in the points because he's starting to get used to his Williams. And I think we're going to start seeing some improvements. He had been struggling in the past two races. So that would be one of my predictions. Sainz from P8 or above. Charles on podium. And I don't think that actually Max can win this race because the McLaren is so much faster. So whoever stays from Lando or Oscar, according to my predictions, I think he is the main contender for the win. But let's see what you guys think. Andrew says prediction Alex into points. Hope Williams double points. Yeah, I think that's pretty reasonable, and Williams could get double points. There are some cars that they could overtake ahead of them, especially like maybe Hajar because they have been struggling in Racing Bulls have been struggling into the race and they're not as good and as quick as they are in quali. Says Stroll beans it into the wall in the first 20 laps. That's a possibility too, always. Then let's see. Renchan is in Suzuka West Straight. Well, it's good to have people there. Maybe you can give us some updates on how is the weather there and how is the track. Says Max for the win. Then Michael says Max is not to win the race, but championship, bigger plan. We will see how that goes. Maybe Red Bull will be able to close the gap to McLaren. I mean, we remember last year McLaren started the season as maybe the fourth team in the championship and they ended up quite well ahead. So yeah, there might not be as many developments on the car this season because teams are preparing for the 2026 regulations. But yeah, we will be seeing closing the gap between the teams as the season goes on. Vulcan says greetings from Germany for the FN community. Thank you so much. Greetings to you too. Okay. Yeah, I think we have the commentators ready. At least Evan is ready, so think I'm gonna head off and we'll let you guys stream. So over 1100 people in the stream. Thank you everyone for tuning in. 287 likes. If you can just hit the like button, that really helps us out with the logarithm and it's much appreciated. It doesn't cost you anything and it really helps the stream. So I'm gonna head off now. I'll be still around in chat and doing some things on the screen, you will see. and Evan will be the one to to join in and continue with this. And later we will see Scotch to join him, so we will have co-commentary. It seems we have some technical issues, so we are gonna try to sort this out. I think that okay, Scotch is here, so he can jump in.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the racing statistics stream for the Japanese Grand Prix. I'm your commentator Scott, joined by our analyst Evan, who seems to have mic issues. So, if any of you have any interesting things to say, I would like to hear it in chat. Give you a minute. I am probably gonna need Mirix to fix his mic fast. I'll be eating a lunch in a few minutes' time. It's got hey Joel, hey Dark, hey Andrew, hey Paula. It's very nice to see you all here. So, if, I don't know if Merrick's has fixed his mic issues, unfortunately, but our grid for we have had so any. Oh, we're not gonna. Are we gonna stream the race? No, we're not gonna stream the race. We're doing a watch along where people, where we, where us two will commentate on the race and provide feedback to you all. Michelle K, hello, hello. It is nice to see you here. Hold on. I am gonna adjust my settings for a quick. Hold on a second. Okay, so my mic seems to be all good. Hannah, Hannah, how many contests does this channel have? It we have three. No, we have four actually. We have four. We have Grash, Evan, me, and Ollie, who you saw do his first in qualifying yesterday. So are we in for some rain or what? I don't know. I haven't checked in on the weather yet. So there might be some rain. Do I have do I have to be a member? No, you don't. It's just a personal choice if you want emojis and you if you want to support the channel, which we do recommend. So no input from Evan just yet. hopping into the. So Mirex has Evan. Hold on. Yeah, I think. Yeah, no, Mirex has some issues. Yeah, there. I turned up the volume for you all to hear me. So, any predictions for this race? Yep, 9 minutes. We have under 10 minutes to go. Charles getting into his car, chatting with his engineers. Will Hamilton have a chance of getting a podium this season? Oh, he's competing for one of the top teams in Formula One. So he might, it might be possible. Who's Max will win? Yeah, he could have a possibility, but both of the McLarens are pretty fast in these rainy conditions. Low mic. No. I'm pretty sure my mic settings were pretty high. Hold on. Okay, so I think this is probably the highest I can turn it up. Okay, thanks. Okay, mic's fine. Okay, thank you. Science is genuinely struggling right now. No, that's not where he qualified. He qualified 12th, but he got a penalty for impeding Hamilton. So about 7 minutes to go. Let's try and get to our like goal right now, which is 1,000, which is 1,000 currently. So go, so go like the stream. We really appreciate it. Nothing else happening. The grid walk, Laura Winter's grid walk is still going on with James Hinchcliffe. So nothing else, nothing really going on right now. What are the Pirelli tire predictions? I don't know what you mean by that. I'm sorry. So looks like the drivers are just getting ready for for their uh for the formation lap. 6 minutes to go. I might have to eat real soon, so unfortunately. I'd have to eat real soon, so probably gonna have to go silent for a minute. I s- for tires uh which drivers starting on what compounds? I haven't seen yet.
Hello? Can I be heard?
Oh, Evan! Hey, Evan, you can be heard if you're there.
Yes, I think.
Yeah, Evan.
Hello,
Hey.
everyone. Uh, have but we'll be all good.
Yeah, your mic's
Yeah.
You're fine. Your mic's fine now.
All right, sweet. Thank you. Yes, of course. People are wondering, of course. I don't know what you haven't covered yet, because of course I was dealing with my problems. So I'll ask you, who do you think are going to be on our podium for this race?
Uh, double McLaren podium, but Verstappen's in second. Piastri third. Norris wins.
Okay, okay. Personally,
Yours?
I think as much as he is in third, I think Oscar's definitely got it. If he had linked up his and even a decent vector, he would have been on pole, decent margin for Verstappen. So I think he can carry the race. He didn't too challenging. Max in second, and then I think Lando in third.
Fair predictions. Fair.
Of course, it will all come down to
What's gonna
how it
happen in the
goes through
first
that first
corner?
corner because of yes,
Uh,
because of course if they crash out, are completely wrong, and it'll be a
just a reminder for you all in chat: Max is starting on the outside and Norris is on the inside. So if they both do crash, there's probably no sign. There's probably not gonna be any signs of aggression from Max whatsoever.
it is happening at
Mm.
the track dry that still some damp patches, and I have seen reports that there is a damp patch on the parting on, which means that if Lando is ever going to start, it will probably, as he will be slipping around on a wet track, likely struggle to get track of wheel spin, which means that I will turn one, will probably get
Probably try to get to all of you, as right now we're on the we're above Suzuka right now on the F1 TV stream. But starting grid: Lance Stroll in 20th, Jack Doohan in uh 7th. Hold on. 18th is Esteban Ocon and 17th is Gabriel Bortoleto. Uh, one. Nico Hulkenberg in 16th, Carlos Sainz in 15th, Tsunoda in 14th after a bad qualifying. Lawson uh, above him in 13th, and Alonso, who bended in FP3, I think, is now in 12th after Sainz's demotion. Gasly in 11th, starting with the top 10. Oliver Behrman in 10th, Alex Albon right ahead of him in 9th, and Lewis Hamilton, after a bad qualifying performance, finishes in 8th. Hajar, performing well for the V Cub, finishes in 7th. It's an all Mercedes. It's an all Mercedes third row with Kimi Antonelli and George Russell in fifth and sixth, in sixth and fifth respectively. Charles Leclerc in fourth. Oscar Piastri in third after losing pole position to Norris to Verstappen, and Norris is in second. And your pole sitter from a gargantuan lap is Max Verstappen on the outside lane. Anything to add to that, Evan? Oh dear. So we're just getting
okay.
onto the
Yes, I'm
formation
back.
lap.
I'm back.
Yeah. Anything to add
Sorry.
to
Yeah, yes, on what last happen? As we are the beginning of May. Uh, really, like I wouldn't. It was this year, but so early on, whilst the Mercedes are still definitely the dominant car, is from here.
he got yeah, he got such a good lap in from a he got such a good lap in what could be the third fastest car right there. Congrats to him. As Domenicali standing with Princess of some sort, as the tire blankets are coming off and they're in their grid positions for the Grand Prix. Hold on. As here we go. We're ready for the race. My bad. Shut up! I'm talking. Shut up. Thank you,
But
Mike.
yeah,
I mean,
we have
sorry, Evan.
reached.
We
Sorry.
have reached the formation lap.
Yes.
Okay,
The cars have
so
gotten underway.
everyone in the top 16 are starting on the mediums except for
Wow.
Hamilton starting on the hard. Bartoletta and Ocon are also on the hard, and Duhan and Stroll are on the softs.
As we were getting along, Lando doing a lot of swerving, trying to make sure he's getting temperature into those tires. Clearly, some team is prioritizing a lot. As the field is getting very slow, noticeably slower than would be expected. Everyone's having an issue. Very getaway there.
Right, we are just approaching the end of the formation lap.
Giving a shout out as we go around the formation lap. Stop to beat is an 0.5-second pit stop Ferrari. So we will be beat that, which really if we had. I would imagine that there will be a couple of topics. Verstappen is just approaching 130R. And the grid is going through the curve. I want to apologize for internet problems. Most of it should be. Yes, unfortunately, I do apologize. Best to best of our ability. As Verstappen is moving through the final corner to line up. Getting told I'm really sorry for this. My mom's, put it lightly.
Okay, thank you, Evan. I want to thank Scott. I want to thank Evan. This is Crash. I'm jumping on stream. I'm not sure what's happened with our. Oh, there we go. Again, I'm taking over the stream. It looks like at this moment. So we are right now in the formation laps. Cars are coming around. Here we go. My apologies, everyone. So this is Grash. I'm the usual person on the stream, you guys. A lot of you know me from last year from practice, and saw me again through this this weekend. All right, so we are lining up right now, and we are getting. It's not what is he doing? The Marshall's waving the green flag. He's doing it different than everyone else. We have 3, 4, 5 red lights, and we are now racing in Suzuka. So it's a good start for Max. He's getting out in front of the Papayas. Lando's trying to get around him. So it's going to be Max, and Max is getting a good jump. You see him looking at who's behind him. Leclerc is behind, then Russell and Antonelli. And that's the order that we're going in right now, Isaac. So no change in the order through the first few turns. So far, clean lap. The track did rain, but it's been drying. It's been, again, I was watching the driver parade about 2.5 hours ago, and basically the track was it wasn't raining then. It was still wet, but it was drying, and it's now pretty much bone dry at this point. So this is where we are with the race. Max has taken about 7/10 to 8/10 of a lead off of Lando. Lando second, Oscar's third. So they've got around that first lap pretty much without incident. Looking at right now, a lot of you guys are cheering. There are a lot of Max fans in chat. You guys are cheering well for it. Looking at right now, and we have a pass. I think it's Alonso passing Gasly for 11th. They're still fighting, but Alonso has that clearly ahead of him now. He's got a low. He's sparking a little. Back is below, sparking behind him, but that's okay. We are in the race. We are now in our second lap. This is lap 2 of 53, so there's 52 laps left to go. I want to thank everyone here. We've got about I'm trying to see how many. I don't see how many people there are, but we got about 532 likes so far. I want to thank everyone who's watching so far right now. We got 4,618 watching right now. Thank you so much for being here. We know we have choices. The big loser right now is Bortoletto. He's lost 3 places. He's now at the back of the pack. I think Science has lost a place, and then Alonso has won. Got in some places.
Seems so. As Norris is in DRS range of Max Verstappen right now. That'll probably affect him going out of Spoon into 130R. As no, Hamilton has not lost any places, so pretty much everyone in the top 10 is the same. Tsunoda has moved up 1 place, and
Just looking at what just happened here. There are a couple of people who just basically went off the chicane and then went wide. Right now, Max has the fastest lap with a 133.943 lap. Again, there's no point for fastest lap this year. They got rid of that. Did Yuki overtake Lawson? Yes, he did. He did overtake Lawson. So that's the other place that I missed. So Yuki right now is P13, Lawson P14. And they're showing Kimi Antonelli cutting corner
going
here.
off there. Kimi cutting the triangle chicane. Didn't seem to gain anything from that. I don't know if he's gonna get a penalty. So the DRS range on the top 3. So DRS update is that that Norris has DRS on Verstappen and Piastri has DRS of Norris. Leclerc is out of DRS range of Piastri as Russell has DRS range of Leclerc.
So Max is reporting on the radio that his upshifts are really bad, and this is one of those. I don't know if that's actually the case, if that's some code for something else that they want to report, or if it's garbage that that Red Bull wants to spread before to the other teams to give them an idea. So yeah, that Max says a lot of things on the radio. It's not always pans out to be complains and it doesn't matter in the long run. So here we go. Looking for questions for you guys in chat right now. How did Lando lose DRS? Yeah, he's dropped out of DRS range. He's at 1.1 seconds out of Max. That's just typical Max. He usually gets a very good jump, and he extends that lead. And I don't know why Lando let him get that big of a jump. Again, Max did start on pole, and he got a good start. He got out in front of Lando. They're showing the replay. He did get out in front of Lando, and that basically Oscar had to go behind Lando, and that allowed Leclerc to fall in a line. And basically, they fell into line at the beginning of the race.
Yeah. So we're just viewing the replay here of the start. Nothing I detected so far. So we're on the camera of Kimi. Seems like Hadjar is still ahead of Hamilton. Yeah, Hadjar just had way more grip, unfortunately. So Verstappen is leading. Russell, Piastri is in DRS range of Norris, while Russell is in DRS range of Leclerc.
Yeah, they're showing the Bortoletto's replay, and he basically just had he had a horrible start, and basically allowed he was 17th, so allowed 18, 19, 20 to get around him and get ahead of him, and so that's why he's dropped 3 places to 20th.
We're
Showing Pierre
viewing.
Gasly who's in 12th, and that's Alonso getting around him, and that's just Alonso being the wily fox, just getting around his old teammate and getting ahead of him. No, yeah.
That was a great overtake. Oh, Lawson got loose, and through goes Sonoda. So Piastri is within DRS range of Norris. I've had to repeat that multiple times right now, but he is closing in within less than 800s separate the two McLarens right now. As for some reason we're viewing Carlos Sainz. All right, we're back to the main screen as here comes Oscar Piastri on Lando Norris, entering Spoon, really close to each other. They'll probably get DRS range. Actually, Verstappen radar shift should improve over the next few laps. That says
Yeah.
GP.
Yeah, that must be some sort of code that they're using. That has to be some sort of code because that they wouldn't be talking loosely about a mechanical in that particular way. That's very weird to hear them talk about mechanical in that particular way over the radio. So I'm assuming there's some sort of code that's going on between Max and that this is some sort of code for something else.
Here comes Lewis Hamilton on Isaac Hadjar on to the inside, takes the spot. What a pass by Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah, very clean pass. There was really not much Isaac could do. It was basically the moment Hamilton made the move, it was already done as far as things were going, and he had momentum with him as well. That's the other thing is that already Hamilton has jumped ahead. 0.8. I suspect him in another second or so will be 0.9. Yeah, it's already 0.9. It'll be another second. So there's pace here that Hamilton has that Isaac doesn't have, and he's already out of DRS range. The only people who are in DRS range, Oscar on Norris, and that's to be expected with the team there. Russell is within 0.7 of Leclerc. Albon within 0.7 of Isaac. Bierman 0.8 within Albon. Gasly on Alonso. Sonoda on Gasly. And then there's a DRS train that Lawson leads that goes all the way down to P20. So Hulkenberg just dropped out of that chain. So we'll see. So now Lawson is leading his own chain, and it's just Sainz and Lawson.
So nothing interesting is going on so far. Max is pulling away. Classic Max. Leclerc has the fastest purple sector currently.
Right now we're on lap 57 of 53, so there's 47 laps to go in this race. This is going to look like there's going to be a lot of strategy involved. When people pit right now is going to be a big factor in how things play. How long people go on the mediums versus again Hamilton and Ocon and Bortoletto are all on hards. So how long are they going to go on those hard tires? How long those soft tires that Doonan and Stroll are on is another factor here. They're behind and they're not making any progress on those soft tires. Like you'd think Doonan and Stroll would have been able to get past Ocon on a hard tire, and it's just not happening.
Verstappen radio. Shifts are getting a bit better. That's definitely something. Or maybe it could be a mechanical issue for Max, but it's all fixed now.
I don't think. I mean, Max has pulled away to 2 seconds now, and I just don't think. I Max complaining about something feels like it's a cover of them talking about something else. in code that and that's just how it feels right now. It's just I've seen it too many times. Matt complain and be like, "I'm far ahead of everyone else." So that's the issue that I've got right now.
It's really something. As update on the two ranges that in the top five, Piastri is closing in on Norris. Well, Russell seems to be also closing. He was just losing there for a second. Down from 9/10 to 8.
Juggernaut asking, is something wrong with Lando? No, I think McLaren is perfectly fine to let Max make a jump ahead, because ultimately, I think they're waiting. I think it's a game where they think Max is using up his tires, and they're going to get a better stint a little bit later in this stint on their tires because they haven't used them up. I think it's a strategy. It's a strategy play. And then, of course, if anything happens, in the back, someone is an incident, a yellow flag. That means that gap's going to go away.
Mhm.
So it's one of those let Max jump ahead, let him burn his tires, and then later on, if there's an incident, we can that will bunch up again.
Yeah.
What's the weather right now? There's no rain. It did rain earlier today, so it's cold. Track temperature is like 26.6. That's like 10 degrees Celsius lower than it was. The air temperature is 14.3, which is within what was before. Humidity is 78%. That's again expected because it rained. The wind is much lower. It's actually 6.1. Probably the lowest I've seen it this weekend. So, but again, the track, it did rain, but it stopped raining by the time they were doing the drivers parade earlier, about again 3 hours now. It had stopped raining and the track was in a drying condition, and the track is now in a dry condition where we can have DRS. So it is a dry race right now. What that means is that we won't see the sparks hit the grass this now, and they won't cause a fire because it rained. So that's the one benefit of what's going on. Lewis
So Piastri,
Hamilton and Hards. Why? It's alternate strategy, basically. Scotch, what were you about to say?
okay, so Piastri has lost DRS on Norris, unfortunately, but Russell is still in his with Leclerc. Apologies.
Stefan, you're saying a little bit of rain in 10 laps. Who's the source of where I jumped on, so I didn't do my like usual look up the weather report. Do you know who's reporting that?
I don't know, unfortunately.
So we've got the
So
fastest lap jumping between Max and Norris right now, and Norris right now has the fastest lap. Again, this is just a matter of formality because there's no actual point for fastest lap this year. They got rid of it because people in P17 and P18, pretty much everything but like P19 didn't take fastest lap. So
Stroll in the
Stroll was in the
pits,
pits.
2.6
No, Stroll was on.
stop time. He was on the softs at the beginning of the race. Meanwhile, Russell has really closed the gap to Leclerc. He's right behind him, going into 200R, entering Spoon.
Stroll has gone to used hard tires, by the way.
Hmm.
Notably, Ocon started on used hard tires. Now that may be that they went out and scruffed the tires. That typical Haas typically does that. Is they'll scrub, they'll go out, use a hard tire for one lap, scrub it, and then come back in. The philosophy behind that is they think is that if you do that, you get to the tire to its operating window faster for a race situation. So. And they've done that with Stroll as well. So that's Aston Martin is another team that has that philosophy. We'll scrub our hards for a lap and then bring the car in, put another set of tires on for our normal program.
Russell on Leclerc, really close now. They'll probably get him into turn 1 next lap. Norris is 2 seconds adrift from Verstappen. He seems to be losing out on him right currently.
You see the gap to Hamilton to Antonelli right now is 1.6 seconds. 1.6, 1.7 seconds. So you've got over a second to go. I want to thank Paula for a 10 pound donation for this great channel. Go Max, go, go, go. Again, Paula is a Max fan. Paula's been one of our loyal, regular chatters and one of the people who have donated the channel. Been a member of the channel for a very long time. We love you, Paula. Thank you so much for the donation.
We appreciate every single donators, every single one of our donations, and we just got one from one of our most active members. Thank you, Paula. As Max still seems to be pulling away, 2.1 seconds adrift of Norris currently.
Yeah, it's not as much as before. Now we're on lap 11 of 53. So Max, he's above 2 seconds right now, and it's bouncing from 2.0 to 2.2, depending where he is on track. So he's not. Actually, it's starting to drop. Norris is under 2 seconds now. So, and Oscar's starting to pull up. So it looks like the papaya is actually starting to close on Max. Oscar's closing on Lando, but Lando's also closing on Max. So that has dropped by a little bit. And again, it's a game of margins right now that they're playing in the top right now.
So until no, Leclerc 2 seconds adrift on Piastri, Russell 7/10 to him now.
Yeah. The three people who are in DS range is Russell and Leclerc, Tsunoda on Gasly, and Sainz on Lawson. Those are the three people who are within a DRS range right now. We are seeing Oscar just took the fastest lap, so that fastest lap is jumping between Verstappen, Norris, and Oscar now. My God, Max and Norris just did the same time in Sector 2. Oscar is just 50 hundredths, 50 thousandths faster than Norris in Sector 2. And they're all doing about the same. They're all within a tenth of each other. In each of the sectors that we've been going through. Yeah. It's small marginal gains right now, and it's just it's a waiting game. We're on lap 13 of 53. So we've gone 12 laps on the top. The top 6 are all on medium tires. So it's a game of we're getting into the window for those pits if they decide to go early on those pits. I could see them going another 3 laps on those medium tires, to be quite honest.
So Hamilton is closing up on Antonelli for all of you who are wondering. Hamilton did say he is on plan A, so that should be interesting. What Ferrari could do. Leclerc is still losing out to Piastri as Russell is going in and out of the DRS range. He's 1 second now.
Looking right now.
On the rear cam of Pierre Gasly, currently 12th. Here comes Yuki Tsunoda. Oh, Yuki got a little bit loose coming out of the KCO triangle.
I know a lot of people are commenting about Stroll in P20, but he has pitted. So that's the difference between everyone else, and so there's a gap that everyone else has in front of him that Stroll doesn't actually have. So it's where he actually is going to be. I know he's 23 seconds behind, but he's actually effectively he will be higher because he's already pitted.
So you can say it has worked for him, at least, as Russell is now officially out of DRS range of Leclerc.
And
Hamilton
at this
seems to be
point,
dropping back. Continue.
yeah, the only one who's in a DRS range with anyone is Watchalong, and he's not. I haven't seen the DRS inactivated for him so far behind.
Piastri is currently faster than Norris. 1 second adrift of each other. They're probably gonna fight.
Andrew Dunas is a member for 5 months, one of the family, as I call them. Happy. And his message is "Happy birthday, Oscar Piastri." It is actually Oscar's birthday. Today is April 6, 2001. So he is a bouncing 24-year-old
24.
boy. Yeah, he's 24.
Thank
He's
you
been
for the
getting.
donation, Andrew. Yeah.
He's been basically he's been getting a lot of birthday wishes on stream on the F1 TV every time he comes up. So Stroll isn't no Stroll is racing the strategy. No, Stroll's fine. He's not there because of penalty. No, he just pitted early. He's trying to do a very early undercut and go on. He started on the softs, so he's gone too soft to a hard tire. And so it could be they're going to try a one stop strategy with a very long hard stint. Now, Doohan is the only other person who started on softs. He's gone 14 on those soft tires, so it is interesting what's going on at the moment. The difference between the strategies.
Mhm.
So
No.
a lot of strategy right now, and that's I know it's not a lot of overtakes, not a lot of action that we can point to right now. A lot of teams are playing two strategy right now, and then I know that's not exciting for you guys, and I understand that. We're trying to point out where action is where we can. Sonoda getting back into DRS range. He's 0.7 behind Gasly at the moment. Burrell is the only other. He's also 0.7 behind Doohan. Is anyone complaining about dirty air? No, there's no complaints about dirty air.
As Yuki is right behind you, as Yuki is right behind Gasly right now.
As I was asking if the radio message shown on the screen are real. Yeah, those are real messages. So, like they're just on to Leclerc. Basically, they're not seeing any grading on any of the wheels. Again, one of the things that's in play with the wheels is that, and here is Doohan. Again, he's the other one who started on soft. He has gone 15 on the soft, and I believe he's gone out 2.5 stop, and I believe he's on a hard tire.
Hmm.
But the track is cooler today than it was the previous days, and that's going to help with graining in those tires. That you think that would help the Mercedes as well, because they tend to perform a lot better in cooler weather as well. So um, there we go.
I'm pretty sure Mercedes have got their tire graining issue fixed.
Well, no one's showing any grading. Ferrari is saying there's no one showing no grading on anyone at the moment through one of their radio messages. But again, we're talking about the top 6 on a medium tire, and they're still going strong. 16 laps later, they're still going strong on those medium tires. Hamilton is the one that's the oddball. He is on a hard tire, and then we've got from Behrman down to Hulkenberg all on medium tires on 15 17 laps on those medium tires. It looks like Alonso had used a used medium tire. Again, they went out and scrubbed the medium. That's probably why he's got an extra lap on that tire. you guys have questions, please drop them in chat. We are looking at what you guys are saying. We're also trying to keep apprised of the actions going on right now. Trying to point out where battles are happening, when they could happen. Again, the race has stabilized in there's like no one really advancing on anyone at the moment. So it's one of those that the race has stabilized at the moment.
So Leclerc is 3 seconds, about 3 seconds adrift from Piastri currently. Really unfortunate. Lando is closing into Max's gap one by one. He's shaving off his gap currently. As Yuki seems to be closing in on Gasly. Into the KCO triangle. He's probably going to make a move into turn 1. Norris 1.7 seconds now. Norris video. Our main time loss to Verstappen is the hairpin, but you are similar to. But you and Oscar are similar. That's what Tom Stallard is currently saying to Norris, as the gap is down to 1.6. Questions?
Do you think the low drag on the newly paved track channel make themes? Oh, we know that that in the new paved sections that drivers have been reporting that the grip is insane. I mean, Ollie Behrman basically said in the driver is that like it's like it was getting like something in it, getting pains in the neck as a joke. He's one of the jokers among the rookies. But yeah, he was talking about there's a lot of grip in the new sections of track that they've repaved. And so again, we're seeing like a medium hard strategy or a hard medium strategy with that's what I expect with Hamilton, Ocon, and Bartolello. Expecting them to end up going onto a medium tire. We're also using the 3 hardest compounds, C3, C2, C1 compounds this weekend. So we're gonna. I don't expect graining gonna be as much of an issue.
Race control noted Sainz incident, leaving the track and getting an advantage into turn 17. So right after the KCO triangle.
Is this a one-stop circuit? This is looking like this could be a one-stop race. A lot of the teams are doing. I mean, we've gone 18 laps on medium tires already, so that's an indication that this could be a very easily be a one-stop race. We're on lap 19 of 53 right now.
So is it safe to say if it's not the car? It's the car. No, sorry, it's the car, not the driver. If Sonoda's in 16, no, it's definitely on Sonoda.
It is hard to overtake here as well as the other scenario that we're dealing with.
Mm-hmm. So he's not
So
getting past Lando.
So they're telling Lando his pace is strong, and they keep doing what he's doing. So they like what's going on. So the plan basically is to continue on these medium tires as long as they can.
Russell boxing.
We've got. Yes, Russell is boxing. He's one of the first of the top 6 to box.
The first to box. Let's see how much fit. Green 2.3. Not a bad stop. He will rejoin behind. I don't know. Verstappen, radio. Can we push or not? Yeah, we can push now. Okay, so he's being given clearance to push.
And that makes sense right now. With having Russell have just pitted. Now is the time to push on these tires. This is the last. So they if they can get whatever they can out of these tires, they're going to go for it. So expect Max to pit in a few laps after pushing.
Nothing else happening right now except Lando seems to drop back a little bit. So Russell has rejoined the track behind Sonoda. Yes, you ready? Box. Birthday boy is in the box. Let's see. What time is it? Yastri entering his box. Go. 2. I can't. His stop time wasn't given. So he has rejoined behind Behrman. Lap 21 currently. No further investigation for Carlos Sainz after leaving the track and getting an advantage. So once again, this is the race. So if for any of you who have just tuned in, I am this is the Racing Statistics Japanese Grand Prix live stream. I'm your commentator Scott with Grash. It is currently lap 21 right now, and Piastri and Russell have pitted.
We've also have Dewan and Stroll, but they started on soft tires and gone to hards. Again, Oscar started on mediums, went to hards. Again, Russell started on mediums. So we're looking at a one-stop strategy here with
So
in
Norris,
terms of.
so the top 3 are boxing currently. Let's see all the stops. Norris. Ooh. Ooh, side by side. Oh, Norris. What happened? Norris got into the grass a little bit, from what I can see. Antonelli is now your new leader. Oh,
Yeah,
Norris. Norris radio. He forced me off. Okay, so I don't know if that's gonna be something interesting.
look at that one more time.
So from the replay of Norris, oh no, Norris should have just braked to be honest. As Piastri now ahead of Behrman.
That's very odd. We're probably gonna get a better replay of what happened. We know coming out of the pits, basically, Max and Norris were side by side, and again, Norris is saying that Max pushed him off. That's going to be interesting. There's probably, if there's an investigation happening, we'll find out soon.
So Lando Norris currently on the radio.
No,
me.
no. They just did a replay. So Norris and Max. So Max comes out of the pits and he gets into the pit lane exit perfectly fine. Norris comes. He tried to. So Lando tries to get ahead of Max and can't. And yeah, if it's an unsafe release, it's going to be an unsafe release on Lando's part. Yeah, that Lando went in the grass. It was all his fault.
So Norris and Max Verstappen really, really arguing right here. Either one of them is probably gonna get a penalty.
Um, Stefan King saying Antonelli is the youngest driver in history with a leading lap. I don't know if that is the case. If he were to win, he would be the youngest driver to win right now. He's a couple days before Max when Max won his first race. So, but right now Antonelli is leading the race, but that is by virtue of the fact that he hasn't pitted yet. He's gone 23 laps on that medium tire, whereas Max is now passing Albon on track. We've got Norris and Oscar coming around, and they will have to deal with Albon next. But Antonelli, Hamilton, Isaac are in 1, 2, 3 right now by virtue of not having pitted yet. So there's a shuffle that of positions that haven't taken place by virtue of pitting.
Oh, 2.9 stop for Sonoda. Not bad, but it's also not good. As he is going to come out right in front of Doohan. So that should be the stops over for this race. Right? Nice. Should be a one-stop
Yeah,
race.
this is becoming a one-stop race. The
Unless
question
something
is, yeah, unless something happens. I mean, the thing that is going to be, so one thing we need to take into account is at some point Antonelli is going to pit, and Hamilton's going to continue. So Hamilton's going to at some point take leadership of the race, and he's gonna be there for a while because he's on a hard tire. And so it's a question of when Hamilton pits on that hard tire. Right now we're on lap 25 of 53. There are 29 laps left. So I expect Hamilton to go at least another 10 laps minimum on that hard tire, and then come out, pit, and then be on a medium tire and get taken advantage on that.
Oh no. 4.7 for Alonso. Something happened.
Oh, that's not good.
So 4.8 for Gasly as well. Not really bad pit stops from 14 and to 10 there.
Albon had a 2.6 stop. I'm looking at the.
What do I do? Honestly, you guys make no
Yeah,
sense.
it was just Alonso and Gasly basically just bad stops. That's unfortunate. Tito Cutter looking amazing right now. Yeah, right now he's P3. Again, he's in that scenario where he hasn't stopped yet. But I guess those medium tires are still doing. He's doing 133 lap time. Antonelli's doing a low 133. I mean, Norris, Oscar, and Verstappen are doing 132s, but like Leclerc doing 133. Hamilton is doing 133s. So they're within operational range. And Max just passed Isaac on the track, though Isaac has just gone into the pits, so he's done 25 laps on that medium tire.
Norris with the fastest lap. All right, so the stewards have said the pit exit incident involving cars 1 and cars 4, Verstappen and Norris, have been reviewed and require no further investigation.
So Isaac had a good stop, a 2.4 stop.
So he's now ahead of Ocon.
Yeah, he comes out ahead of Ocon.
Mhm.
So he's still in P10, still in the points, which is good. Antonelli still in charge of the race right now. I want to thank David Mitchell for joining to our fans, the family as I call. Again, like Andrew, like Stefan, now David Mitchell, Paula, Shay. These are people who have thrown a couple bucks each. They're throwing a couple bucks each month. They show up in green in chat. They have a badge next to their names. They get a couple of emojis that are specific to our channel, which are cars and driver placards. That are specific to our channel. They also get a super chat each month, and we thank them every session because they're helping support the channel. And Racing just threw those out. I want to thank the over, how many subscribers do we have at the moment? We've got 1,692 subscribers right now. Thank you. That's the Racing Suzuka Army, as I refer to them. Thank you for having subscribed. Now's a great time to like and subscribe. If you subscribe and hit the bell, you'll get notifications when we go live. So we go live for every session. That includes, all of the so this weekend it was all the practice sessions, the quality session, and now the race. When we have a sprint race, then we will be live for the sprint quality and the sprint race itself. And we were actually live for preseason testing as well. And that that will be we'll be here next year for preseason testing as well. Um, so yeah, no further. They're telling Lando no further action on what happened. And I think basically no harm, no foul is what's going on. And basically, the only one who got screwed on that is Lando because he went off on the grass. So
So it's nothing else is happening currently. Oh, Kimi is the youngest driver to ever lead a Formula One race.
okay, I didn't know that was actually. I know someone in chat had said that. F1 TV is confirming that now. So that's congrats to
Kimi
Antonelli.
Antonelli. Yeah.
He went
Ooh.
off the track, turned 17. Okay. He doesn't have what. So he's gone off, but he doesn't have the black and white flag thrown in yet. So that's
Another
I think these are old
science camp.
messages that they're. Yeah, I think we've seen this happen before. These are old radio control messages. It looks like. I think F1 TV is only getting to them honestly now at this time. Or again, we're on lap 28 of 53. There's 26 left to go. So again, part of the strategy here is Antonelli's gone 27 laps on that medium tire. That's a tire whisperer moment for him at the moment if he continues this way. Hamilton is 27 laps on a hard tire, and he just set a fastest first sector. So those Hamilton is now getting an advantage out of those tires at the moment. Should be, at least.
Norris 2 seconds adrift of Verstappen. Oh, who's this? So it could be Yuki. Oh,
Yeah, he locks up.
Yuki locks up.
Yeah, Alonso was ahead of him, and I think he locks up. I think Alonso he doesn't react to Alonso correctly, and he locks up, and he cuts the chicane.
Yeah.
And we're getting replay of Max and Lando. And Lando, Max was ahead of. So again, the key piece with that exchange in the pit lane was that Max was ahead of Lando from the beginning. Lando tries to come out, doesn't have enough room, and then he goes onto the grass. Then the stewards are reporting they're going to no further investigation about Sainz leaving track and gaining an advantage because he didn't. There was no advantage there. Albon just passed Ocon for P11. So the few overtakes that we are getting.
No major action at the front, unfortunately. Everything happening down in the midfield.
How many laps can you go on the medium? We're gonna find out, Bite. Yeah, this is 28 is longer than I expected, to be quite honest. Lawson and Sainz also are 28 laps on the medium as well. We've got Hamilton 28 on hards, Ocon and Bartolomeo 28 on hards as well. So those are the ones who haven't pitted yet. So we are getting long runs on these medium tires.
So Piastri most likely get a pit within 4 laps, or probably. That's what I'm predicting. As here comes Hajar on Sainz going into 130R. Down into the triangle chicane. Left, right. Hajar is closing in the gap. He's gonna give him DRS. Science is weaving slightly. As he's good to the bottom. Oh, Science blocks the inside. Oh my god, what an overtake! Hajar on the outside. Shades of Kimi Räikkönen right there. As he is now up into ninth place. What an overtake!
And that is actual track position he's getting. It's not like, again, his teammate Lawson is ahead of him, but he has yet to pit. So that's so Isaac is actually more can actually in P8 than actually P9, given that overtake. Yeah,
24
people are.
laps to go.
Max is within a second now, half a second of Hamilton at the moment. He definitely has the advantage on tires. Eight, he's only been on, and he just passed
Yeah.
on. And Hamilton's pitting. That's why. So Hamilton has gone to the pits. Hamilton did. Verstappen did have DRS for a moment on Hamilton.
Hamilton pits up.
Pits.
See what the result is. 2.2, an amazing stop. My apologies. As he comes ahead of Lawson.
Max setting the fastest first sector right now because he's charging on those tires, and he knows he has about a 4/10 advantage on Antonelli right now between the last lap and his lap.
So, Hamilton is that? Yeah, that is Hamilton. Letting Sonoda getting in front of him. Or is that Max? Oh, that is Max.
Oh, that was Max. Yeah, no, that was Max. But that Hamilton was playing with Max as he went into the pits. Why don't they give Lewis stops? That's a very good question. With how long he was on those hards, I expected him to go longer. And Antonelli is now pitting. He went 30 on that hard tire, so he's now coming to the lap. So Max, by virtue, is now going to take leadership of the race due to Antonelli pitting.
Mm-hmm.
What are they giving him? Yeah, they're giving him hearts. So Antonelli was a 3.1. That's not a great stop, but 3.1 stop for Antonelli. And he's going to come out, it looks like, in front of Hamilton right now. Yeah, he's out. He's going to come out. He has come out in front of Hamilton. So he's got a few seconds ahead to his teammate Russell. About 8 seconds gap from him to his teammate. Alonso just passed Borrello. Borrello is pitting right now. He went 31 on hard tires. So he's going to drop back to where he normally was. That leaves Lawson in 9th, who hasn't pitted yet, and Sainz in 11th, hasn't pitted yet. So Albon and Ocon right now would be the beneficiaries of them pitting, putting them. Albon would go up to 9th, and then Ocon would probably go up to 10th in terms of track position.
Yeah. 22 left to go. Top 4 will probably stay the same unless Russell does make a move on Leclerc.
Looking at what you guys are saying in chat. Yeah, that's a slow pit stop. Yeah, Corey pointing out 3.1 is a slow pit stop. Not a horrible pit. In the end, it still keeps him ahead of Hamilton. That's important, though. Hamilton is on DRS range, so that's going to be interesting. That there's going to be a battle between the rookie and his senior, who he replaced. Albon has moved up 1 place to 9th. And Lawson has dropped back to 10th.
Nice. Thank you.
So Ocon is pitting. Oh, there we go. So that would put Behrman in. So when Lawson Sainz eventually pit, Behrman will be the beneficiary of that. He will be in 10th. Gasly getting ahead of Doohan. Ocon's going to, after his pit, is dropping back to 18th. So Tsunoda up to 14th as things stand right now. Yeah, Lawson's pace, he's doing 135 laps. That's not good.
Yeah. Really
Yeah,
unfortunate.
and Sainz is doing his last lap was a 134.6. Though granted, Antonelli just did 155 lap.
Mhm.
I assume that his lap that hard tire is not up to speed as it gets a new hard tire.
Yeah.
Hamilton's pushing on his tires right now. He may try and get the jump on Antonelli before his
Mhm.
hard tires come into place. Though Antonelli just had the fastest third sector, it was taken away by Hamilton by 1/100th of a second, so 0.01 between those two in that third sector.
Yeah. So, top four is probably gonna stay this way as Hamilton is in DRS range of Antonelli.
Yeah, no, Antonelli just did the fastest lap. He did a 130.4 on that hard. So he just pulled away from Hamilton. Lawson Sainz are pitting right now. So they've dropped to 16th and 17th respectively. So that puts Yuki up to 12th. Again, as I said, Behrman is the beneficiary of that pitting, moving him into 10th in that last point.
Mhm. So no one is current. So no one is making.
We've
No one
got 20
is
laps
making.
to go
Yeah.
right now. So again, you're listening to the Racing YouTube channel. I want to thank the 9,408 who are watching right now. We've got over 1,000 likes. Thank you so much. Again, at the moment, this is our live coverage of the Grand GP. Again, we are on lap 53 of, lap 35 of 53. We have 19 laps to go in this race. It's been all strategy because, the track, it rained, but it has dried off. So the track is cooler. The track is dry. We've had basically DRS, games, but not many overtakes.
Not many
Uh,
action going on right now.
yeah, the
Not
wind
much.
the wind has dropped even further. So like during FP2, FP3, we saw, I guess, wind up around 20 kilometers an hour. We're down at 4 kilometers an hour. So it has dropped significantly, though it is off to the southwest. We have not seen it in the southwest direction. We've seen north, northwest, we've seen south, but not necessarily southwest. Track temperature is 19.4. We've seen this much higher. Air temperature is much cooler. While the humidity is up, that's expected because it did rain and we're by the coast. But we are not expecting any rain at this point through the rest of this race. Yeah, so we're basically a dry race.
So Norris and Piastri really closing in on Verstappen right now.
I believe the ones that are circled in green, those are laps that they've improved on. That the interval is dropping, and they've also improved. If you look at the last lap, when they're circled in green, means they've improved in times, and the circles, I believe, is that the gaps are dropping as well. So those are drivers to look at effectively. Like Norris right now is 1.5 behind Max. He was at several laps ago, 2 seconds behind. So Norris is closer to Max than he was before, and same with Oscar. His gap has decreased as well.
Max is being told to push currently by GP.
Yeah, go figure. The moment I say that Norris is gaining on him, GP tells Max to push. And that is a pass by Carlos Sainz. He just passed Lawson on track.
Antonelli seems to be pulling away from Hamilton now, since he was faster on him.
I do want to note that Yuki is pushing at the moment. He's improving on his time to Alonso. It's only 1.6, 1.5, depending on where he's on the track, to Alonso. So that's a good. That's a point of laps. A few laps later on, we could see that there's a point. There could be a point of battling going on between those two. I think the other point, Hulkenberg is within DRS range of doing, and then we've got Lawson. Again, he was just passed by Sainz, and then we've got Laurel 1.4 on Ocon.
So nothing
giving-
else. Yeah.
Yeah,
Continue.
they're giving Hamilton information of where he's been slow on track. I think turns 8 and 7 by tenths. Moving forward, the gap between Verstappen and Norris has dropped to 2 tenths again, and Oscar is almost within DRS range of his teammate.
There's going to be a battle between the top three right here. Fourth, pretty much down. Pretty much fourth, fifth, and sixth are all set to be Leclerc, Russell, and Hamilton. Leclerc, Russell, and Antonelli. But it's really a battle up there. With under 20 laps to go, 16 currently. North video. He says his tires are fine.
Don says Russell keeps slowly closing on Leclerc. Yeah, but he's 3 seconds out. 3.2 seconds out. It's not. I mean, we're on pace to see action in a few laps for 1, 2, and 3, and then Sonoda moving up. He's advancing on Alonso as well. Yeah. So again, we're predicting where action's going to come out laps ahead from now, and I know that's not necessarily exciting, but that's we're a very strategic race, a lot of strategy going on in this race, and then we're trying to tell you what's going on as things are happening. I know this is not exactly the barn burner you guys thought it would be.
So it's getting really difficult to keep up with what's happening here, with all the strategy and such. But we're trying our best.
It's slow moving. That's the problem. There's nothing here that makes I know all the drivers love this track, but right now it's a very very strong strategy race as opposed to people are not making mistakes. Is the big thing. There's been no grass fires because it rained yesterday. Yellow X just asked about grass fires in chat.
By radio.
Random Cat says it's a mental race. It's the hardest to be a part of. No. The only other race, it is a hard race. It is a mental challenge. But I would put Singapore as more of a mental challenge because of the physical conditions in that race. Also, it's Monaco with Monaco's walls. So, how's Suzuka become boring? It's mostly because the cars are so in line with each other at the moment.
And and because the track is pretty tight, pretty narrow as well.
Yeah, I would chalk this up to there has been some repaving that has caused this, so that there's more grip this year than previous years, and then the cars are just packed tight to each other in terms of competition because this is the last year of the regulations. Expect this to be all choked up next year with the new cars. I want to thank First View and their viewers who have just joined us. I know First View is one of our it's in the family of our channels. So I want to thank them for joining us at this point. Again, you're listening to Racing's YouTube channel. We've got 9,288 watching right now, and over 1,100, almost 1,200 likes. Well, thank you guys. A wind has died down even more. It's so where it was 4 kilometers an hour, it's now 2.9 from the northwest. It's now that shifted again, but still, even it's shifted even less. It's now less than it was before. So where we were having wind as an issue during practice and quali, we got nothing, almost nothing at this point.
Piastri is closing in on Norris under 7 tenths to the British driver. Here comes the birthday boy.
Birthday boy is coming. He's got pace. Will they let Oscar pass Norris?
That's the question.
Yeah, that's a good question. Now he's getting close.
Norris is gonna. Yeah.
Looking at the radio, trying to see if there's anything that comes across. He's dropped back 0.9 behind his teammate. So he was 0.6. He was so he's 0.3 jumping back and forth at the moment between those two. Norris is pushing right now. He's got the fastest first sector by 0.5 tenth on Max in that lap currently.
Mm-hmm. I think McLaren would be willing to sacrifice Glenn Norris.
I think with Oscar so close, that must have lit that they must have said something. Then Lando to lit a fire on him at the moment to push. Lando advancing on Norris, but by 2 hundredths of a second, so 0.2. Oscar is getting 80 thousandths on Max and 60 thousandths on his teammate. Let's see, 1. Yeah, they're all within 1/10 of each other in sector 1, sector 2, sector 3. Literally, we're talking Max does a 17.923, Lando does a 931, and Oscar does a 962, or all within 0.5 of each other in terms of times. Max setting a fastest first lap for first sector. Lando is half a tenth. Then Oscar is getting a 0.5 tenth on Max, setting the fastest first sector. So this is interesting that they're so close to each other, but no one's getting any advantage at the moment. And looking at the radio at the moment, Oscar's being told about Fernando, but he's not. He's P11 at the moment. I'm not sure why they're talking to that over his radio.
Oscar radio.
Max, a bit of conference between McLaren drivers trying to urge each other along as we head down. This is good. So I think they are playing. They're hoping that Red Bull is hoping that the McLaren drivers are going to fight each other, and by fighting, it gives Max the chance to get away. We are on lap 43 of 53, so there's 11 laps left to go in this race.
They're not letting Piastri through.
No, he's not. But he's also ahead of him, and he's staying ahead of him.
Stop and radio.
So again, what's going over the radio?
So Max, GP encouraging Max, says his pace is good. So Max can't pull away because he's entire straight section ahead.
So in that first sector in this new lap, again lap 43, Oscar got
They're really close to each other.
Yeah.
Four
So go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Okay, so Oscar got 9/10 on Norris, and he's now 3/10, 4/10 behind Norris right now. Lando and Max are doing about the same time. Again, it was only 3,000ths of difference between Max and Norris in that first sector. So I mean, they're doing identical times right now, almost. We're within a tenth of each other.
Yeah.
Oscar's faster than Max. Is the thing I got. Yeah, Oscar's faster than Max.
Under 10 laps to go.
Yeah, this is something we'll probably be talking about at the end of the race. Is what's going on with McLaren in terms of strategy here. It looks like Oscar has a faster pace, but if they let Oscar pass Lando, that gives Max an advantage in terms of points to him to take the lead in the championship. I mean, there's that. That's the thing that's going on here. If they let Oscar pass Lando, Max is going to take the championship lead because of the advantage in terms of points he's going to get being in P1. We're on lap 45 right now. We've got 9 laps to go as we come to the end of this race. Lap 33. Well, that's an old message. That was several minutes ago. Russell had a lap time deleted on lap 33, but that was 12 laps ago. So. Yeah, the fact that we haven't seen any incident is actually interesting. Given everything that happened this weekend with the grass, with Alonso in the gravel trap, with Doohan crashing pretty hard, the fact that we've had no incident in this race, no yellow flag, is very, very interesting. You guys, Stroll. Yeah, so Stroll is being passed. He is given the blue flag, so he's just let Max, Norris, and Oscar pass him. So he's now down a lap. The next driver ahead of them is Bortolello, and that's several seconds up the track. So we've got a good amount of clear air for Max before he gets to more traffic. So that's going to help Max. Norris is down only to 1.2 seconds right now. Oscar's back to only a second. He had been closer. He's been up almost 3/10 on his teammate, but he's dropped back a little bit. And I think this may be how the race goes. Lando gaining a little bit, but not like we've got 8 laps. There's time for him to get up closer, but I don't know. Yeah, I mean, there's time for him to, if he pushes, he can get up to max. Willie is the other question, and as I say that, Oscar has just jumped 2/10 to be 0.8 behind his teammate. He does have DRS on him. David Weiss in chat is asking, why was Abbasi disappointing himself? I'm not sure. I did see that. I did see that message, but I don't know what was the context of why I missed other messages. So I don't know what was in that context of being disappointed. But that is it is in question. For those of you, I guess we are also live on Twitch. I did not know that. Hello, Twitch. Did not know that until now. We are live on Twitch as well. So this is Racing's YouTube channel, also the Racing's Twitch channel as well, apparently. So I want to thank everyone over in Twitch at the moment. Say hi to you people on Twitch. And again, if anyone wants to vote for driver of the day, you can do so now. We're closing in 5 laps. It looks like. Looking at what you guys are saying at the moment, we've got a lot of Max fans in our YouTube chat, so they are pretty happy with Max how this race is going. Lando has moved to 1.1 seconds behind Max right now. Oscar again getting that fastest first sector again. Having said though, in terms of lap times, Antonelli's the fastest lap of this race, so 1:31.072. I think he did that a while ago. That he did get fastest lap, getting out of the pits ahead of Hamilton, and he's got a 7.8 gap from Hamilton at this point. So our action right now is at the top. We've got Norris, Oscar. It's a question of will Lando push, and when will he push? We've got Noda about 1.2 behind Alonso. We've got Hulkenberg within DRS range of Doohan. Sainz within DRS range of Hulkenberg. They're both using DRS. Sainz just made a move on Hulkenberg to go to P15. And then we've got a half a second of Morello having DRS on Ocon. Oscar has DRS on Lando. He's half a second behind him. Here comes Oscar. Is he going to make a move? And he doesn't. He backs off a little bit. Yeah, this is one of those. Are they going to do Papyrus? Again, it doesn't make sense in a long-term strategy to have him to do a move that way. And they're just showing a replay of Carlos Sainz getting on the inside of Hulkenberg. We have this is lap 49 of 53, so we have 5 laps to go in this race. And Lando has dropped back to 1.4 seconds behind Max. This is frustrating because like you'd want Lando to push to get close to the Max to get in DRS range. again, Oscar's on this next lap has DRS to start on Lando. He is 0.59 right now behind his teammate. It does with Drivers' Championship. Yeah, right now, not passing makes sense for the Drivers' Championship. It doesn't make any difference between the two right now because they're in the same. Basically, they'd be swapping the same position. So Contractor doesn't make too much of a difference. It's for the Drivers' Championship where this matters. And this is protecting. Oh no, it's protecting Norris. Yeah, it's protecting Norris in the Drivers' Championship. And we are on lap 50 of 53, 4 laps to go in this race. Is this going to be a wire-to-wire result for Max? It almost. There was a moment where he was not in the lead because of, and Lando just cut Herb. Looks like it's Lando. There was a moment where, due to pitting, basically, Max wasn't in the lead, Antonelli was in the lead, but that was due to pit order shenanigans.
All right, I've returned. We have only 2
Okay.
laps to go here.
3 laps ago.
The top 3 are neck. So, Steven? So, Kimmy with the fastest lap. The rice ball? Clean na yan. As Alright. As we're entering the final 2 laps of the Grand Prix. Norris right behind Verstappen, Oscar right behind him. So Leclerc, Russell, and Antonelli seem to have it set out, so does Hamilton. So pretty much everyone in the top, pretty much everyone below Leclerc is set for the rest of for the final 2 laps. But Norris is slowly but surely closing in. Good for Max. Max seems to have left Norris 1.4 now. Meanwhile, Piastri closing in, going onto the outside of outside of Spoon, entering the back straight, going into 130R. 1 more lap to go.
No, 2 laps. What lap 1, not a 0 order, 1 order count. Oh, now it's the final lap. Okay, you're ahead of me. Again, right now we've got Max ahead by 1.5, and then we've got Oscar back at 1 second. I don't expect anything to change unless someone makes a mistake. Yeah, unless someone makes a major mistake. At this point, I don't see these positions changing. We were hoping that Norris would have pushed and made, but no, it's not happening in this case. Max is in clean air. There's no, I mean, Bortolello is the driver ahead of him, but it's several seconds up the road, several turns. So this race is stabilizing right now. I'm trying to look right now where anyone
See
might
what
make a
can happen.
move. It would be, yeah, the only moves would be down P15, P16, 17, 18, 19th. There's a DRS train from Doohan to Borello. So
Rounding
our
200R for the final time entering Spoon. And Piastri within. No, he's slowly losing it to Norris. But down the backstretch, here comes the Dutchman. Down into 130R for the final time. Here they come to the chicane. One more final chance for Lando Norris to make a for Max Verstappen to make a mistake. No, outside of the final corner, the Dutchman will gain his first victory of 2025. Max Verstappen will win the Japanese Grand Prix. Lando Norris and Piastri right behind him as Norris.
they're coming P4. Russell will be P5, Antonelli P6.
See, Hamilton is still 10 seconds adrift, but he's probably going to get it anyway. Oh, let's see
Yep,
what can
Hamilton
happen.
7th.
DRS train. So far, Bortoletto in.
Yeah, this is the Jack Doohan train that we're looking at. This is Doohan, Hogman, Lawson, Ocon, Borello. Stroll has crossed the line. Haddad
Yeah.
is 8th. Albon is 9th. We're waiting for Behrman to cross. He's 13 seconds behind Albon, and he just crossed. So we have our top 10 in place right now, and here comes Tsunoda 12th. And that
And
is it.
that
We've
is
got
it, everyone.
Max P1, Norris P2, Oscar P3 is our podium.
Simply lovely. As yeah, everyone in the DRS train has finished. Congratulations to Max Verstappen. This has been the it was a nice time commentating for you all.
Yeah, and do you have
And
anything to say before we go, Scotch?
I mean, at least Ferrari got a decent result.
All right. I want to thank everyone here. We had over almost 10,000 people watching at one point. I want to thank everyone here. We got 1,450 likes. Thank you. It does help us with the YouTube algorithm. I believe when you guys leave, I think you'll be taken to the FP1 for Bahrain, if everything is set up correctly. That will where you'll be taken. If you can drop us a like before you go, that would be helpful with the YouTube algorithm. Again, our podium is Max Verstappen taking P1, Norris P2, and Oscar P3. For everyone here at the Racing Seats YouTube channel, this has been Grash. We had Evan. We had issues with Evan, unfortunately. We have Scotch here as well. I want to thank you guys for coming on. Again, this has been Grash. We will see you again for FP2. Take care, everyone, and have a good Sunday afternoon or Sunday day, as it may be.
Thank
Take
you,
care.
everyone. It has been an honor commentating for you all. I really appreciated it. For all of you Max fans out there, congrats for the result. At least we finally got a decent result here. Thank you all. It has been nice commentating for you all. Scotch, signing off.